So no lightning bolts or grand revelations or experiences that kind of jolted me into thinking about the Capuchin life. On the contrary, strong Catholic family. I recall many religious and priests around our family table because our pastor would come and catechists would come, and I had an older sister who was a Dominican sister, and an older brother who went to the seminary in Victoria, Kansas, to the high school seminary. So I followed him 1 year after he went there. And so that was very easy in a sense, an easy path for me. Now, later on, as I look back, I say, well, what was attractive to me there? Because I went as a diocesan student, but I switched then to the Capuchins from the diocese, and I remember going to the bishop, and I said, I have some bad news for you, Bishop, and said, I think I'm going to leave the diocese and stay with the Capuchins. And he said, no problem, my son. My brother is a Capuchin. They're a great group. But as I think about that particular period of time, that is the high school seminary in Victoria, and I didn't think about it at the time, but looking back, I think one of the things that really impressed me was there were two groups of friars there. There were the friars who taught us in the seminary. So they taught us, and we interacted with them. We played sports with them out on the field, and we ate with them, and we did fun things with them. Across the street, in the monastery, there was another group of friars, and they were a lot of elderly friars, some retired, and they'd be walking up and down on the sidewalk, praying the breviary, or just walking, or just enjoying their retirement in a prayerful kind of way. And I remember thinking at one point, later on, the same spirit of joy, of peace, of goodness that I saw in the young guys, the young friars who taught us and lived with us a lot in the seminary, was the same thing that I saw in the older guys, the older friars. Same sense of joy, same sense of fraternity. If that same spirit that the young friars have endures to 50 or 60 years later to the older friars, there's got to be something enduring and really good about that spirit. If there's any one thing that I can kind of attribute my following the Capuchins and confidence in them was that enduring charism of the younger friars and the older friars being one. One of my spiritual directors along the way said to me, let me give you some advice. God has you here. Stay here until it becomes clear that this is not where you should be. And that was really helpful because of the ups and downs, the questions, the doubts. It's like, okay, hang in there. Don't be rash. Don't be impatient. And he was right. All along the way, I never had a sense that this is something that God doesn't want me to be in. So I'm going to stay where I am. And I'm delighted today, 56 years later of religious life, that I stayed.